Yo, what's going on? This is Jeffrey Marr, and I am here to talk about the day of November 3rd, which is a very important day for me because it means I have been sober from alcohol for 365 days. So I essentially quit drinking when I was on a flight back from Dublin, and I got fucking wasted for the full week. And I was like, well, I need a break. So I decided right then and there to go on a 90-day challenge. I just meditated and went on a little break from there. And then once I hit those 90 days, I never really started back up again. So this video is essentially just something I wanted to record, as it's something like I have a unique perspective on quitting drinking because I wasn't an alcoholic. I didn't have people telling me like, oh, if I don't stop drinking, my family is going to kind of leave me, all these bad things would happen. Like I never had anything like that. In fact, it's the complete opposite, where it's kind of like, since I don't have an alcoholism problem, people are pretty, like it's very normal for people to just peer pressure me. It's like completely like acceptable socially to just tell me like, oh, you should have one drink, you should do this, since there's no real reason that I'm not drinking. So this video is just like from my perspective as someone who like I go traveling a lot, I go partying a lot, and I just stay sober even when I'm at the club, when I'm in, like I'll go on dates and I'll just stay sober. I will never drink. And it's been a full year now that I have not had a drink. And I just wanted to make this video essentially explaining how I did it and just different sort of strategies that I use that you can also use, because I think it may very well help you out. And I just want to make this hopefully, if you're someone who you wake up in the morning after drinking and you're like, oh, what? Like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, I didn't want to drink last night. I did it. I'm trying to slow down on my alcohol, whether it's for you are sort of losing, like you want to get in shape, you want to lose fat, you want to do whatever it is you want to do. You just want your brain to work better. This video is for you, just so you can have a couple strategies that worked for me to quit drinking for a full year. So yeah, I guess like pretty much to start, I'm going to talk about the overarching thing, which is the mind. We need to have our mindset right before we begin on this kind of path. And I guess that appeals to everything, but like first things first, mindset. And then after that, there's like little strategies we can use. So the mindset has to be, you are not going to drink. You have to be fully committed to not drinking, because you can't go to a party and be like, okay, like maybe I'll drink, maybe I won't, because that's the recipe for you drinking. I've tried this, and 100% of the time I end up drinking because like, okay, like you'll say no to the whiskey, you'll say no to the fucking beer, and then eventually you're like, you know what, I will have whatever this person's offering, because people offer you shit all the time. So if you're at a party and people are offering you booze, you have to go in saying like, I am not drinking. And this doesn't have to be a, like, I'm never drinking again. And we'll get into that later. But essentially it's like, drinking is completely socially acceptable. If you want to go drink martinis on your lunch break, people are like, oh, they're getting ready for the second half of the day. If you have a bad day after work and you go fucking start crushing beers at the local pub, it's a completely normal thing for you to do. What's not normal is not drinking after work, not drinking on your lunch break, not drinking like if you're at a party, if you're at a pre-drink, if you're watching the game with your friends, like it's completely normal to drink at those kind of situations. So people are weirded out a little bit if you're not drinking. So you have to have in your mind you have to have like the full kind of commitment that you are not going to drink at this party. You're not going to drink for a certain amount of time. And if you don't have that, you will fail, because the societal pressure to drink is so strong. So we need to have this kind of like I'm not drinking. I'm not going to drink at all. If there's any doubt, if there's any hesitation here, people will jump on it, because like you not drinking, like we're social creatures. So like people are constantly pinging the environment. Like, is this person, what's going on? Why are they not drinking? You know? So like if you're sitting there, like, oh, maybe in a bit, maybe this, like they're gonna jump on that. And they're like, oh, why don't you just have one? And as recently as I just got off the phone with my buddy, because like tonight we're going to the club to go have a 1-year sobriety party, and we're gonna have a big party. A lot of people are showing up. My buddy was just like, yo, you just gotta have one drink. You just gotta have one. Like, why not? Why not? Are you a fucking alcoholic? And he's saying all this shit. I'm like, fuck. Like, I was actually craving alcohol today too. So it's it's like he made some good points, you know, but like, no, there's no fucking chance I am going to drink alcohol at this party tonight. So you have to keep that in mind when like if you have any weakness, people are going to jump on it. They're going to like try to convince you, and they're going to try to help you rationalize, like, just have a drink, you know, you'll have much more fun. Why don't you do it? You know, it's like, fuck, like it's powerful. It's powerful. And the shit in your brain too, your mind, like it tricks itself. So you need to have that commitment for yourself, because if you're like, okay, maybe I'll drink, but I've had a bad day, like maybe I should drink, you know, it's like you have to make that commitment no matter what. You're not drinking for a certain amount of time. So that's the proper mindset that we need to have if you're going to make this work. Outside of that, just sort of specific things that I use that help me get through this is I have a date, a timer, which was November 3rd, 2017 was the last day, or my first day sober, I guess. So like November 2nd was my last time drinking, but first day sober. And I was on a plane back from Dublin, like I said. And the longer, if you have a date for the last day you drank, like the further you get away from that last date that you drank, the easier it is to say no to peer pressure. Because like if you're 4 days sober and someone offers you a drink and you're thinking like, fuck, I already made it 4 days. You know, if you just don't drink for 4 days, that's a pretty easy thing to do. Like, but getting to 365 days, if I want to do that, I literally have to give up another full year of my life. So like, is it worth it for me to say, go from never, to go from 365 all the way back to 0? And the answer is no. Like, there has to be a very, very, very good reason for me to want to go back to 0. And to be honest, like, I'm not willing to do that for a lot of reasons. But like the main thing is just I made it 93 days in Thailand, and then I went to the bar, and my buddy, I went with my buddy Garrett, and I went to the bathroom, and then when I was in the bathroom, he got us each a drink. And pretty much he didn't know that I didn't drink, and it had been 93 days, and I had I had one of these beers, and then I had a couple beers because I was like, whatever, I've already drank, so why not continue drinking for the day? And realistically, like I don't know, I walked around for 2 days just fucking hating myself. I was so mad at myself for giving in like that. And I know if I were to go back to 0 right now, I would be so mad. I would be upset for like a week. I would walk around just beating myself up, you know, because it's been so long. It's been so long, and I know how to not drink. I know how to get over my cravings, things like that. So the longer it's been since the last time you drank, then like the better off you're gonna be, as well as like join groups like to keep yourself accountable. So like a couple ones that I would recommend, like Reddit. The Reddit community has a stop drinking subreddit. So reddit.com/r/stop drinking. Go there. You can reset you have a little badge. And yeah, once you go there, you can essentially talk to people, see what, I don't know, you're there with people who have been there before. You know, people who essentially they've already tried not drinking, and some people are going through the struggle with you. Some people are at 2 years, some people are at 1 year, some people are at 6 months. So you have a nice community of people like supporting you. So if peer pressure can work to make you drink, peer pressure can also work to make you not drink. So yeah, I would say that. Or there's James Swanwick has a thing called 30-day no alcohol challenge, which is what we're getting into in the next thing. Don't say that you're quitting forever. So you want to set a date for like when is the next time you're drinking. So the way I started doing this was I went on 30-day no alcohol challenges. So hang on, let me just relocate some stuff here. The way that I managed to do this is I never said I'm going to stop drinking forever. And if you say you're going to stop drinking forever, that's a lot of fucking pressure to put on yourself. So if you say, for example, make it to 15 days sober, and then you're 15 days sober and you have a craving, are you going to sit there and be like, okay, like in your brain, and again, this is a rationalization that will come, if you've decided you are never, ever, ever going to drink again, then when you're at 15 days, you're craving a beer, you're craving a Smirnoff, you're craving a whiskey, or whatever it is that you're craving, you're like, fuck, I'm never going to experience that again. And it's like, well, like, I wouldn't be happy like that. So that like you're more likely to give in. Whereas if you're on a 30-day challenge and you get that craving 15 days in, you're like, damn, like I really want a beer right now. I really want a whiskey. all I have to do is wait 30 days or 15 more days, and then I'll allow myself to drink. But like I'm in the middle of a challenge right now, so I can't drink just yet. So that is, if you do that, you are going to. It's a better way. It's a better way to do this than to just say you're going to quit drinking forever, because it just doesn't work if you're going to commit to that. So like when I did this, I went for a 90-day challenge because I know I can make a 30-day challenge, and I've done it like a lot. I used to go like 30 days, 1 week of drinking, 30 days sober, 1 week of drinking, 60 days sober, 1 week of drinking. And I would just do this. And then, this one, I was just like, I'm going to push myself because I know how to do the 30-day challenge. I'm going to go for 90 days. But you want to small chunk your way there. So like there's no part of me right now that's saying like I'm going to go forever without drinking, even though it's a feasible thing for me to do. I'm not thinking like I don't walk around really craving alcohol too much. I don't like I've said no to enough alcohol that I know how to do it. I know how to be in a situation where I am sober, where other people are drinking. So it's like it's very feasible for me to not drink forever. But I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. So right now, I'm just going to do another 1 month challenge. I'm going to go 30 days, and then we'll see. Then I'll go 60, 90. And like now the real goal is get to 2 years. In 2 years, and then we'll revisit if I want to drink or not. But like, to be honest, probably not. Outside of that, do not wait to start. So there's never going to be an ideal time. I'm also going to move around over here. There's never going to be an ideal time for you to stop drinking. So there's always going to be something that you're missing out on, whether it be a birthday, your birthday, or a friend's birthday, or a wedding, or you're traveling, or something's going on. There's always going to be something that you are missing out on by not drinking. So the thing I want you to keep in mind is just fucking do it. Just if you are trying to monitor your drinking, then just if it's something that's an issue for you, you think, then I would just recommend you just stop drinking and just start right now. And I'm here for you. You can ask me any questions you want in the comments. So the reason I'm doing like this live stream thing is just because I do not want to I'm gonna take the questions that I get, and I'm going to remake the video with better production quality, but just like with people's questions, with things that people sort of struggle with, because I've gone through a lot of this myself, but I can only really give you my sort of take on things. So I want to give takes on what other people are going through, right? Not just me. And then so just start right now. Start right now instead of waiting until like my birthday's coming up in 2 weeks, or there's a big party coming up. It's just like, look, you have to get used to being sober around other people. So just fucking start right now. Just start right now and get it. Like, just accept it. And that if you cave, then whatever. If you cave in a week, like if you have a party in a week, then go on a 5-day challenge. You know, like if you're not drinking right now, or like you're not going on this challenge right now, you're not gonna like abstain from alcohol because you have a party in a week. That's just a rationalization for your brain to like continue drinking alcohol until then. You know, just like stop drinking until that party comes up. So that's something to keep in mind. There's never really going to be a proper time for you to do this. So just fucking start. And if you fail, it's fine. Carbonated water is my lifesaver. So I drink a lot of carbonated water because when I used to drink, what I loved was just like an ice cold pint of beer, just like crushing it, and just like that like cold feeling of it going down. It's like, I love that. But I've now replaced it. I realized the only thing I actually loved was that bubbly feeling. So I replaced alcohol. I replaced pop with just Perrier. So I crush carbonated water, and like, sounds pretty simple, but just like really, really strong inhale. So you're just like that pressure on your throat. That's kind of how I quit smoking, was just do that all the time. And then, that sort of pushes the craving away. You get the bubbly that you want, or you get like a thick feeling in your throat. So just doing stuff like that will help you with the cravings. If there's a really serious craving, what I'll do is I'll drink a Coke, or I'll drink a iced tea or something like that. And I might do that tonight, is just crush Cokes, because it's better to do something, even though like you don't want to do that all the time because they have sugar in them and they're unhealthy. But if it's really bad, like fuck, just reward yourself. Like, go get a big fat ice cream, go get the big Coca-Cola at McDonald's, go do whatever whatever it takes to not drink alcohol. So if that involves like no matter what, if you're stopping drinking, then yeah, just I would say the best and healthiest option is carbonated water, because it's just like drinking water. It's just got bubbles in it, and if there's any research or whatever to say that that drinking carbonated water is actually worse than regular water, I don't want to see it, because I need it. I need my carbonated water because it helps me get through a lot of things. So even if it is a little unhealthier, I don't really care. Like I'm gonna just keep drinking carbonated water. As far as I can tell, though, it doesn't have any difference in it between in terms of nutrition between regular water and carbonated. So try that. In terms of friendships, a lot of people's friends, all you do is drink. And my buddy who I'm going out partying with today, who was peer pressuring me today, the amount of fun times that we have had just wasted, just completely drunk at a bar, traveling around Europe, just getting like completely blitzed in a club. And then like all the shenanigans that we got into, like there's so many good times I had with this guy drunk. And now we replaced it with I go to the gym with him. Like we go to the gym together, or we'll go to clubbing a little bit. But overall, it's mostly just we just go on gym dates, or we'll go meet up. Sometimes we'll go like check out each other's houses and hang out. But like we used to just drink all the time. So this one's unfortunate. You might actually lose some friends because some people just don't want to not drink with you. So I would say, you may lose a couple friends doing this, but it's for your health, right? So what are we doing? Bowling's a good one. Bowling's a good thing to do. Go on hikes. There's a lot of different things you can do. Just think about it. I know it'll be weird if what you guys always did is go to the bar, but just be like, look, I'm gonna try some. Let's try something else. Like let's go bowling, and then they can drink a bowling, and you can just be like, no, I'm not really feeling it. I would touch on like canned responses for everything. So like when you start, if you go to the bar, like people are always like, oh, why aren't you drinking? And a couple things to say would be like, oh, I'm on antibiotics. I got a DUI, so I'm legally not allowed to drink anymore. I got and one thing that works all the time is just like I got so drunk last night, I just like cannot. Even the smell of it is just disgusting me, and that's a funny one that I like to use, and it works like a charm. But overall, like now that I'm used to not drinking around people, I just like no, I'm good. It's like like sometimes they'll pry and be like, why aren't you drinking? And then I just like I don't drink. I've drank in years, so I haven't drank for a while. So I mean, there's canned responses to everything. That's kind of going to be on you. You can either choose to just tell everyone. You don't like I don't know. If you think it's a big deal, then other people will make it a big deal. But if you're just like no, I'm good for now. Like no one's really gonna pry and push and like, oh, why aren't you drinking? So if it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, it won't seem like a big deal to them. And then the final thing I want to touch on is just don't beat yourself up if you fail, because what we're trying to do here, if you're trying to take a break from drinking, if you're trying to, I guess, like increase your health, and if you're trying to just sort of be smarter, if you're trying to just like do things proper and just like get into developing yourself and not like taking a step backwards by dumping booze into your body, this is a very difficult thing to do. So I failed a lot of times. There's been so many times I've made a commitment to not do this, not drink anymore, and I fucking failed. I failed myself. I've walked around upset. I've beat myself up, and it's just not worth it, because you can beat yourself up. It doesn't help at all. Like you're better off just being, okay, here's where I fucked up, be sad about it, but then forgive yourself and move on. And then you can always just pick yourself back up. So there's no like limited amount of times you can try this. Like I was saying earlier with the just start, just go for it. If you fucking fail after 5 days, that's still 5 days of sobriety you had. So I would say you want to try doing that instead of like, beating yourself up and be like, oh, it's not worth it. Or instead of not even attempting to begin with because you're afraid you're going to fail. Like, no, those who dare greatly, you're going to fail. You're trying something that's incredibly difficult. You're trying something that's against a lot of social conventions. So give yourself props and go for it. Fucking go for it. And then, I mean, it's going to be tough. There's going to be problems, and just understand if you on this road, it's all good. Like there's no one, like we fail all the time. if you're not failing, you're not trying, you're not pushing yourself enough. So I would say just go for this. Like, don't beat yourself up if you fail. Just like restart immediately. Just like, or even like give yourself a couple days. Like, all right, I'm gonna have a couple beers for the next couple days, and then like again Monday stopping again. You know. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to touch on. I want you to tell me sort of the situations that you're in, because I want to hear about them. And I'm gonna sort of, this is something that's very like not drinking alcohol isn't a big thing to me, but it's something that I had to put a lot of time, a lot of energy into just to be able to do it, you know? So if you're struggling with this, if this is something you actually care about, like feel free to comment. I'll put my email in the little description there. Like, I want to hear what you're going through, and I want to help you. I want to help you because this is something I think we need to support each other on, right? So yeah, like that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. These are just strategies that helped me get through this. And now what I'm going to do, the sun actually went down a little bit. I rented this nice Airbnb out in Toronto. I don't know if you can see how nice this is. Like, we're downtown Toronto here. I rented this place out just so that I could go have a wild party tonight. So I'm going to go do that right now. And again, if you have any questions about this, if you want to talk, email is in the description as well. Feel free to leave a comment. Take care.